Good evening. It is Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. Coming to you from Lonely Tree Media headquarters in Tacoma, Washington. This is the Best Slam Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
Yeah, Wednesday crowd is pretty good. I like the Wednesday crowd. It's probably because we give discounted tickets on Wednesday. It's senior day. So
Dang.
you got all the seniors here. I mean, you could just...
we just try and get anybody in the door.
It doesn't matter who they are. They don't even have to know anything about sports. You just want a comfy, cool place to sit? Come on.
It is a contract with a local senior home.
They bust them in. They bust them in. That's not a bad idea, actually. I like that. I like that idea. We can triple our ratings, from 1 to 3 people. So we have a few things. We missed a week. It's okay. We had some technical difficulties last week. It's always fun in games. You never know what you're going to get. But, when the internet doesn't work, the internet doesn't work. And that makes it really hard to do anything, as we found out last week. But we're back. You want to just run right into it? You got anything you want to talk about before we start?
No, ready to roll.
We got most of it out already.
It's true.
Before we do a lot of talking before we even. All right, we're going to talk about the Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll run right into Formula One. Hungarian Grand Prix. What do you want to say about it? Other than Lando Norris holds off Oscar Piastri, it's the best way I can put it. As McLaren used two different strategies, and lap 69, it kind of all came to a head as Piastri tried to pass Lando Norris, who was leading the race, narrowly missed hitting him. Really,
but he didn't.
He didn't. It's true. He didn't hit him. It wasn't like Lando Norris hitting.
It wasn't like Lando Norris tried to make a bold move for a win at a race and hit Oscar Piastri. Lucky he didn't take them both out.
Yeah.
But so far, that might have been the riskiest thing I'd ever seen Oscar Piastri do.
Oh yeah.
And it still didn't turn into an accident.
No, it didn't. It didn't turn into an accident, but it didn't exactly succeed either, and it cost him the race probably. I think he would have passed him.
That's the only spot to pass.
I know, but he had another lap. On lap 70, he would have had another opportunity. And
maybe he wasn't getting out of that last turn. He needed to be under 6 seconds or under 0.6 coming out of that last turn. But for some reason, every time they came out of it, Lando was at like 0.7.
Lando kept beating him in the turns, and Oscar kept catching on the straights. And I'm like, okay, so why is he better than you on the turns on tires that are a lot older, right? And I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. It just seemed like I don't know. I don't know how that worked out. I don't know what the tire situation exactly was, but apparently Lando wasn't, not. It's not like he didn't have any grip. He was clearly making the corners, and he was making time on Piastri on those corners. And I even on lap 68, 67, he was, stretching it on the corner just enough to keep him out of, passing him. But
yeah,
it was exciting. It was an exciting race the last 3 or 4 laps. The rest of it,
yeah,
okay. And then watching Charles Leclerc fall, having the lead and starting the race on the pole and getting out there and being the leader, and that was great, right? And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
And he just kept falling, and Russell passed him later, and he ends up finishing 4th. I don't know. It was an interesting race. It wasn't as exciting as I like it to be. I still think the Hungarian trophies are the best ones on the F1, by the way.
Yeah, the cool ceramics or whatever they are. Yeah,
those are
looks like Polish pottery.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's not Poland.
No. The Lando Oscar 1-2 was the 7th time this season McLaren went 1-2 out of 14 races. 5 of the last 6 races, McLaren has been 1-2, which is interesting. Gabriel Bortoleto was your driver of the day. He finished 6th, his highest as a rookie, his highest finish so far in his young career.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, and then Fernando Alonso went out and called him, what did he say? The best young rookie. Oh man, I can't even remember what he said. Best young rookie. Oh, I gotta remember the quote. Anyway, but Fernando Alonso is also his agent.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
They called him like the best.
Also, they're like both Spaniards or something, right? Like that's like their thing.
Yeah, well, Bortoletto's from like Colombia or somewhere.
No,
but yeah,
they're not Spaniards. Then.
No, Fernando is for sure.
But also, I mean, congrats to Aston Martin.
Aston
figuring out how to race cars again.
Had some points.
Lance Stroll did nothing surprising. He scored points.
Seventh. It was seventh is pretty high. I mean, for him, I would expect him at 8, 9, or 10, but seven's pretty good. Yeah, Aston Martin got some points, and Sauber got points from Bortoletto, and the overall standings. So if you look at the
Hulkenberg, right? Wasn't Hulkenberg 10th?
Nah, Antonelli finished 10th, but
wait, then Hulkenberg was 9th, right?
No, hang on. I can be giving you right. Hulkenberg didn't get any points, so I don't know where exactly he finished in this race. I don't have the. They don't.
Oh, sorry. So I go to this website called f1pace.com.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of different like maps and things like that.
Yeah.
But what I was looking at was the race pace. And so it lists the top 10 based on race pace.
Gotcha.
And it kind of all still falls in about where they landed anyways. But it has Hulkenberg had the 9th fastest race pace.
He ended up being 13th.
Yeah.
In this race.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, I was looking at the constructors series, and McLaren has 559 points, and Mercedes has 236. So if Mercedes finishes 1-2, right? And nabs the 25 and 18, right? That's 43.
Right.
That's 430 points over the next 10 races. So 666, and there's probably a sprint race in there or two thrown in. That's some extra points that are up for grab.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but so McLaren really just needs, if they finish 1-2 like they did before, in the next race, maybe 2 races, it's over. They'll literally have eliminated, because they'll have all those points, and Mercedes, well, it's Ferrari technically at 260. That's second. I'm sorry. Ferrari's in second place, 260. So, but still, all they have to do is go ahead.
McLaren at 559 is on their way to getting to. Mercedes holds the record for most constructors' points in a season at 765.
Yeah, I think that's in danger.
Yeah, it's definitely in danger.
206, and you figure one of those two guys is probably going to win the next 8 out of the next 10 races.
Yeah,
that's 200 points right there. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's not looking good for anybody else, but yeah, this is a dominating performance, just absolutely dominating. And part of that has to do with the fact that Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull are all splitting points, right? Fighting each other. You don't have a clear-cut number 2 team, in my opinion. And poor Lewis Hamilton. Oh, I feel so bad for him,
A little heartbreaking. Yeah.
It is. He goes, I wouldn't have said this probably 4 years ago, but that I feel sorry for him. But he's definitely struggling. And, we're kind of under the opinion that it has to be the car. Or, I mean, it has to be him and not the car, because Leclerc's in there battling. But he doesn't seem to be able to do anything. He doesn't seem to be able to put it together right now. And I'm sure it's frustrating. If you're a 7-time champion, you probably feel bad about that too. But man, just that's a tough situation. I don't know. Do you think he'll be there at the end of next year? Do you think he'll be at Ferrari?
Yeah, unless Max is now staying at Red Bull. I have no reason to believe McLaren's going to shift around anything.
No.
I have no reason to believe they're going to get rid of Leclerc. The only thing I could possibly see, if Ferrari would have to fire Lewis Hamilton for him to not be there next year. I think Lewis Hamilton's going to be there unless Ferrari fires him, and I don't think Ferrari's got the balls to do that.
Probably not. You might be right.
Although I would, and I'd bring back Sainz.
Well, I would, yeah, and then if he's free, and I'm Red Bull, I go get him as the number 2. Verstappen and Hamilton together. Woo! That could be crazy. I mean, it could.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. But anyway, I'm just.
Yeah, he should still be there next year.
It'd be interesting. I don't. Red Bull has 194 points. They're in 4th, But that's 170 something from Max, and then 20 something from the rest of the team, which is like 10 from Sonoda and 5 from I don't know, Liam Lawson, and I don't remember who else. Somebody else. One of the other guys. No, it might have been just Lawson and Sonoda. I think
That
that's
sounds
right.
right.
Yeah, I think it's just Lawson and Sonoda. But they've got points, but not much. So anyway, that being said, uh, it it's been interesting. I mean,
But
it's been
McLaren's
interesting.
going to have to decide what to do, like
Yeah, that's the question.
what they're going to do with these two drivers, because Oscar is the faster driver. Period.
Right.
He's the faster driver. Oscar had 15 laps under a minute 20.
Yep.
Lando had 3.
Yeah.
It's
Well.
all about timing and pit stops.
Yeah.
Your strategy killed your fastest driver.
Yeah.
That's all that ends up being. And I don't know. I think that they're backing the wrong horse. They're backing the popular horse. Because I think they're backing Lando more than Oscar. I think if Oscar goes out there and takes it, they're like, cool. But I think if they're choosing and they're putting somebody in a better position, I think they're helping Lando. I think when push comes to shove and it's who are we going to pit at the most crucial time, well, let's pit Lando first, and then we'll take care of Oscar next. Unless the race is so out of reach and in Oscar's hands, like it was a couple races ago. But
yeah, they both have like the same number of wins, right?
They do both have the same number of wins. But again, there's strategy.
Oh,
well, Lando's got 1 win because Oscar got a 10-second penalty.
Well, that's true.
So that's one of Lando's wins. That's a win that Oscar should have had, and Lando shouldn't have had. And so then you'd be talking about, well, Oscar's got 2 more wins.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
But it's just kind of one of those quirky things where it's like I don't know what they're doing, and right now it's inconsequential because they're just letting them roll. So it doesn't really matter as long as one of them's winning. Zach Brown wins no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
McLaren wins no matter what, no matter who wins.
Well, what will they do in the last race of the season if they're tied?
Right.
You know.
Right. I mean, like if it comes down in 2 or 3 races, that it's Oscar can take it home today, Orlando can take it home today. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are we doing everything we can to make sure we take it home today, or do we want this to continue to be a battle?
Yeah, I like that. Take it home today.
That's the way I think about it, because that was like there was a do or die race for Lewis back in 2020 where he could have won the constructor thing instead of putting it to the last race. But he didn't have a great race, and well, there you are.
There you are. Yep.
Left it to chance later on. It sucks. It's not a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting season. It's not. I'm not a huge fan of domination. McLaren is dominating, so the constructors thing is pointless right now. But it is nice to see 2 drivers that both have a chance to win the whole thing. I do like that. I think that should stay that way. I don't think that McLaren should interfere and go, "You're going to win. Oh, we want you to win." Either way, I don't care who they are backing. They shouldn't be backing either one of them. It should just be, you guys go out and just race as long as you don't run into each other. Then it is what it is. As long as
you don't run into each other.
Yep. As soon as you run into each other, we got a problem. And then we'll pick a guy. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, they're maybe good enough where they could say, well, you know what? Go ahead, Lando, you can win it this year. Oscar, you can win it next year.
That is not a game you want to play with new regulations on coming.
Oscar, you can have it next year. Because Lando's been here longer. He's got seniority. He gets to win first. I don't know. I mean, there might not be any other way to solve it, but Oscar might be the better driver.
I think they're just going to let it go.
Well, sure, for another 5 or 6 races until they figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
One of them's going to have a disaster at some point in time. You know what I mean? One of them's going to there's going to be an issue. Lando's had 1 race where he didn't score double digits in points. That was Canada, where he hit the back.
Where he hit the back of Oscar Piastri.
And Oscar Piastri has had 1 race where he didn't score double digits, and that was the first race of the season.
Australia, where he spun out.
Where he spun out,
the final few turns,
Right, but it's going to happen at some point. It has to, right? I mean, you can't be great every race all year. We've watched Max Verstappen dominate for the last 4 years, and sure. he hasn't been great every time out. There were races, Singapore, where he was terrible. Right?
Yeah.
He wins every other race, but all of a sudden this race, I don't even know. It's the track, it's the humidity, I don't know what it is, but So there's a chance that one of them doesn't finish a race and that
And
could
also,
decide the whole thing.
they're in the Netherlands
Yep.
next when they come back.
Yep.
Always a great chance of rain. And then a
Yep.
couple races later, they're in Singapore. Always a good chance of rain and a tight course. And then there's a couple of those tight courses left where it's, you know, the street courses where they're not going to be able to, where they're going to struggle a little bit. So
it's true.
And then there's Brazil, which always has crap weather in October, whatever it is.
It'll be interesting. There's some races left. I don't know.
But it can all get wrapped up and resolved. If Lando goes out and wins 4 races in a row, or I think it's 5,
yeah,
I don't think Oscar can catch up, or something like that.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's soon though. Soon it can all be resolved.
Yeah, that's true. There comes a point.
I think it's by Las Vegas actually, or by COTA. I think it can all be solved by COTA.
Ooh.
That's what I read on that. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, if they go 1-2. And Oscar wins them all.
Yeah.
That he's going to gain 7, 14, 21, 28 points, and plus the 9, that's 37. That's still not enough. But to me, it's going to take longer. If Lando has an issue at some point in time, but that's what I'm getting at. If one of these guys,
somebody doesn't finish second,
if one of these guys has a did not finish, or finishes out of the points for some reason, mechanical failure, or whatever, that's what it's going to take. That's what's going to swing the whole thing. And I think that's probably where you're headed. Is it's one of these races in the next 5 or 6, someone's going to get knocked out by somebody else, right? In a scrum at turn 1 or something. Because we've been pretty lucky at turn 1s, just in general this year.
It's been pretty calm.
Pretty calm. We haven't seen
outside of Antonelli sideswiping Max.
Yeah, I mean there was one of those. But I mean, it's from compared to past seasons we've seen where every turn 1 was an adventure. So yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm excited to watch the rest of it. Not super thrilled. It's not super must-watch TV yet because I know who's going to win. Somebody in Papaya is winning, but I mean it's coming.
Probably,
yeah, probably. Let's talk about real quickly the Major League Baseball. We're at 115 games, give or take. There's about 40-something games left in the season. In case you hadn't noticed, the Yankees are in 3rd place in their division. I mean, I thought the Yankees were this team, right? But they do have 6.
Collapsing.
They're only 7 games above 500. They're not great. They're okay.
But
right?
Their start was hot, right?
They were up there.
They jumped to a massive start.
They did, and then now the Blue Jays are in 1st place in the division by 3.5 over Boston, who's in 2nd. So there's a chance that the Yankees right now would not make the playoffs. So
wow,
there's a chance that that's going to happen.
That doesn't bum me out at all.
They're tied with Seattle for the last playoff spot. Well, no, they're a half game behind Seattle for the last playoff spot right now. So
yeah,
Seattle would get in and they would not be in, and that would not break my heart. Yeah, I'm going to admit that that's true.
As of June 1st, the Yankees were 14 games above 500.
Yeah,
and then as of July 1st, they were not 11. So they've been slowly backsliding.
Now they're 7.
But July to August, July 1st to August 1st has been a big tear for them. Not great.
Yeah, not great.
Also, they're 27 and 29 they're 26 and 28 on the road. They do not play great on the
road. No, they're not a great road team. There aren't many teams that are.
Really is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm sitting here looking at the standings right here, and the best away team is 3 games over 500.
Houston. Or something like that, or maybe I'm not.
Well, Milwaukee's 9 games above 500. So there's your team 90, 33 and 24, which is pretty good. 9 games over, because if you're 9 games over at home and you're 9 games over away, you're 18 games over 500, which is pretty good. That's
not bad.
That's about where the Dodgers are in terms of over the top. But it's there's your National League standings. If you're looking at it, just watching the Mets free fall, they just get swept by the Cleveland Guardians, which is really hard to say. Yeah. So they were up there at one point in time. Now 2.5 games behind Philly, and right now they would not make the playoffs.
Sounds about right.
But the Cubs, the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Padres, they would all be in there right now, and the Reds are right there too. Anyway, there's a lot of good teams. I still think it's the Dodgers with, if Shohei Ohtani decides to do what Shohei Ohtani does, they're almost unstoppable. If he decides to pitch in the playoffs, right? Yeah. You throw a no-hitter and hit 3 home runs, and you're like, what just happened?
I mean, it's a bit of a cheat code, but
it kind of is. He kind of is a cheat code. That's all right.
Yeah, it's just the who's who. Did you see the Rockies got down 9-0 in the top of the first on last Friday?
No, I did not.
And they won.
They came back to win that game.
17-16.
Oh, I did see the 17-16 score. Yeah. So
I got a push message that was like Rockies are down bad at the end of the top of the first. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, they're terrible.
hey,
And then 2 days later on the radio, they were like, that was one of the best comebacks you've ever seen. Like, they came back from that.
just FYI, there's a 6th team in Major League history to win after giving up 9 first inning runs. So this happened 5 times before. This is no big deal.
Well, when there's it's happened 5 times before.
5 times before.
How many total baseball games are there?
There's a lot of baseball games.
And how many years of baseball?
It's there's a lot. They play a lot of baseball games.
So for it to only happen 5 times,
it's pretty rare. Yeah, pretty rare. But also, how many times has a team given up 9 runs in the first inning? So there's how many of those? Because you have to do that first, and then you have to come back.
Then you have to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
that
bet there's a lot of people who almost came back.
so of the teams that have given up 9 runs in the first inning, and that may be 100.
Yeah, that's true.
5 times someone came back to win. I mean, I assume that the best time to give up 9 runs is the first inning, because you got a lot of time to make it up. Just you got 9 innings, 8 if you're
got some time.
You got some time. You could do it. Anyway, that is. I did see the score. And they did mention that I didn't realize they gave up 9 in the first inning. I just said they overcame a 9 run.
Yeah.
So yeah,
9 run and going into the bottom of the first.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that make you feel pretty bad. But hey, their win percentage is trending, so they're not going to be the worst in baseball.
Well,
they're 263, 254 is what the White Sox had last year.
If they keep going at this rate, yes, you're right.
I mean, they just got to keep being 3-7 every 10-game set.
Agreed.
They'll be fine.
Agreed.
They're doing better since the All-Star break, I think.
I don't. Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say when a team is bad. They did have a 3-game stretch. They won 3 in a row. Yeah. There's that. But they do play the next 6 on the road.
They're 8-7 since the All-Star game.
Okay, so that's better.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, that's positive.
They better. The next 10 games are against Arizona and St. Louis. Excuse me.
Could be tough.
Sorry. But then after that, it's the Dodgers, the Pirates, the Houston, Chicago, San Francisco, San Diego, the Dodgers again, San Diego. Those are all playoff teams with the exception of maybe Pittsburgh. But those are
who they just came back from a 9-run deficit.
Right. Their next 20 games are you just be careful what you wish for. That could be awful. Their whole schedule, other than they have Miami on the schedule in September, and they have Seattle. Seattle's playoff team. They have the Angels.
Seattle's a playoff team for now.
But still, Seattle's got 63 wins or 61 wins or whatever they got. They're
61 wins.
Yeah, that's a pretty good team. I'm just saying, if I was a betting man, this is looking like. I mean, they got 40 games left, 40 something. They might win. They might win 10. And then what do you do? Because that's 25%.
Yeah.
Might.
Yeah. Nah. They'll win.
You think
so? What they need? 11 ties, the worst record ever. 11 wins. So 41. If you get to 41, that's exactly what the White Sox had last year. They were 41 and 100 and whatever, or 120, whatever it was.
The good
so you
news.
Need 12.
The good news is in Denver. There's plenty of good seats still available.
You know what?
It's not expensive.
There's actually not.
What? I'm looking at the tickets as low as I can get in. I can get in for $11 to watch them play the Marlins.
You can always, especially on weekdays, there's always seats. But it's funny because if you go look at like a Dodgers game on a weekday,
they're expensive.
There's still seats, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
There's tons of empty seats because it's a weekday.
Yeah.
However, look up especially when they're playing anybody.
Well, let's see
because
what's playing out.
Denver's a lot of transplants.
Well,
so whenever the Dodgers come to town, they sell out the stadium.
Here you go, Cubs. The Cubs are coming Saturday, August 30th. Tickets as low as $25. I don't know what it's gonna give me here, but I'm just saying I can sit down in the lower level for $90. $66 down over here. It's not bad.
I mean, there's always seats. It's baseball. There's always seats available. Seats. That's not the point though. The point
I'm
I'm
talking about
trying
the
to make
cost.
here is the point. Well, the point I'm trying to make here is that these games, if they're this bad, these games should be $5.
You're
You
right.
could go to
Agreed.
White Sox games last year for $5. You cannot go to Rockies games, even with them being terrible, for $5
That
because this stadium is beautiful. The fan bases still come out, even support the team, even though they
right.
shouldn't because they're terrible. And there's a lot of fans of the other teams here.
Yeah, well,
So it stays full.
I agree. They should be cheaper.
Should be cheaper.
These are, especially when they're playing somebody who you know they're going to lose to. But that's the problem is you're playing like the Dodgers. Everyone wants to watch the Dodgers, right? So you're going to get a lot of people, and the Dodgers are a huge fan base to begin with.
Everyone wants to see Shohei.
The Cubs the same way. Yeah, you know what I mean. Those are big fan bases. Anyway, all right, let's talk about football. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about training camp. How's it
Okay.
going? I mean, this is not what I wanted to show you. I'm not even in the right page. There we go. So, so the Cleveland Browns have 6 quarterbacks now on their roster, by the way, after signing Tyler Huntley. So, because
that doesn't matter.
It shouldn't, right? But they also
no,
have...
it doesn't, because right now your roster doesn't have a max size that you can have 50.
Oh no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I just you can't play 6 quarterbacks. You're not going to keep 6 quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson is hurt. Supposed to keep him out most of the year, if not all.
Yeah.
Okay, he's IR, right? So
he's never going to play for this team again.
Probably not. So, but he's still on your roster, and he's still making money. So there's one, and then you have Joe Flacco, who ended last year,
right,
as your starting quarterback. You've got Kenny Pickett, who is, and you've got your 2 rookies, right? Who you drafted, Dylan Gabriel, and then Shedeur Sanders. Gabriel in the 3rd round, and Sanders in the 5th round, right?
Right.
Took 2 more rookies to give you 4 healthy quarterbacks who all have kind of been hurt at some point, except Flacco. I don't think he's been hurt this year in the camp, but everybody's had some muscle tightness or sore this or whatever, which is going to happen, right? You're working through stuff. It's hot. I get it. And then they started, because of the muscle soreness and tightness and whatnot, they went out and signed Tyler Huntley, I guess, as insurance. But I don't know that you needed to do that. Why wouldn't you just go to Joe Flacco, who ended last season, if he's gonna...
Well,
I mean, he's not... Go ahead.
If Joe Flacco is your de facto starter, you're not playing him in your first 2 preseason games.
Right.
That's just how that works. Josh Allen might get, like, your superstars, they might get a drive in game 2, but usually they don't play at all until game 3, and usually it's just like a drive and then they're done, if they play at all. So there's a chance your starter does not play preseason or plays just the last game. So take Joe Flacco out of the equation. He's not available for preseason.
Okay.
Just assume that. So now you're just sitting on Shedeur, Kenny, Tyler, and Dylan. Dylan's dealing with an injury. So now you're just dealing with Shedeur, Kenny, Tyler. 3 quarterbacks in a game, in a preseason game, is not that uncommon.
No.
To run 3, especially if you're going to put Shedeur out there. You're going to let him try and be electric, and if he is, you're going to try and move him for something valuable.
So do you think Joe Flacco is going to start game 1?
I think Joe Flacco is your starter week 1. I don't think he should be. I think you need to give this to one of the younger guys, but whatever. I think he does also give you your best chance to win at the moment. So,
all right, they play Carolina on Friday in the preseason opener. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern time game. Supposedly, Shedeur Sanders is the starter.
Yeah.
Why would you does they just want to get a look at him right off the bat in game situation, to eliminate him? Because in practice they've been giving all the reps, first team reps, to Flacco, Pickett, and Gabriel, and then Sanders has been taking backup units.
But again, Flacco's not going to play, and Gabriel's also not going to play because he's hurt. So all your first team reps, that's all fine and well, but those guys aren't going to play, so they're not factors in starting them for this game. So then you're just running it between Pickett, Sanders, and Huntley.
Right. What I'm saying is, they're just trying to. I mean, why wouldn't you have Kenny Pickett start?
Because you're trying to sell Sanders to get rid of him.
You think so? You think that's what they're doing? Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
Who
are they going to sell him to? Who are they going to sell him to?
It doesn't matter. Insert team here who wants a jersey sales bump for a 3rd round draft pick. And guess what? You turned a 5th into a 3rd, and it cost you nothing.
And Cleveland's already got their jersey bump.
Cleveland's already got their jersey bump. Exactly.
I
It
see.
doesn't.
So
It
we just pass
doesn't
him around from
matter.
team to team.
Just sell him. Yeah. I mean, this game is on NFL Network.
I don't know.
It's
Is
one
it?
of 3 games. There's 3 games
Okay.
on Friday. Yeah, yes. There's 3 games on Friday. Detroit, Atlanta, Cleveland, Carolina, Washington, New England. This game is objectively the worst, but it's on NFL Network. You're making your money.
Oh, for sure.
Start Shadur, make your money, and then bounce him when it's time. But you only get a little bit of chance to insulate him, because if he goes out there and sucks, then you're not going to be able to sell him.
He's going to be hard to get rid of.
You need him to be efficient, high numbers, 1 to 2 drives, get him off the field. That's it. Don't let him have a chance to fail. And then start talking to teams. Who wants to take a chance?
I think you,
But
I mean, and that's possible. You could be right. I think you're running.
They're treating Shadur like the Lakers treated Bronny.
I think you're running. You're running a risk of him coming out and being good, and then getting rid of him, and then maybe you suck at quarterback, and then you go, well, why'd you get rid of this dude? Why? I mean,
they've sucked at quarterback for 10 years now. It doesn't. You think they're afraid of quarterback?
No, I mean, I don't think they want to be bad at quarterback. I don't think that's the intent. I just saying, and I'm just saying, you run the risk of, okay, this, we came out and we show him, and he was like perfect. He's got a perfect passer rating in 2 drives in this preseason game, and then everything's great. And then we go through the rest of preseason, and Joe Flacco goes into game 1 and he just lays a goddamn egg, or he breaks a leg, or who knows what, and you got rid of him. Yeah, I mean, which he's not young, so there's a chance that you break something. I'm just saying that old people break things. That's not necessarily true either, but definitely prone to more injuries when you get older. You don't heal as fast either, so that kind of sucks. Yeah. But anyway, it's just interesting. So you think Flacco's going to be quarterback game 1? You're pretty set. You're like 100%?
No, 95.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay.
So it's close enough to 100% to where I'd put money on it.
And if you didn't, and if
Flacco, they're just treating him like the one.
And if Flacco didn't start, you'd think it'd be Pickett.
I think it'd be Dylan Gabriel.
You think so? Oh, interesting.
I don't think there's a point in entertaining Kenny Pickett as a starter. I mean, it's the Browns. They make bad decisions all the time. So maybe it could be. But I think that there's no point in entertaining Kenny Pickett when you've got a rookie that you need to get reps. Like, Kenny Pickett is not your long-term solution. Maybe you're thinking Dylan Gabriel is, and maybe he's supposed to be mentored behind Joe Flacco for a little while, hold the clipboard, see what's what. But if Joe Flacco goes out, there is no point in saving Dylan Gabriel to learn from Kenny Pickett, who isn't good and didn't learn anything from anyone else.
Okay.
There's no good habits to get from Kenny Pickett.
Okay. Let's talk about another former Duck. Let's move to New Orleans. And New Orleans has a quarterback competition going on, and I could not tell you who the number 1 quarterback is of the group, but you literally have Spencer Rattler,
he's not it.
Jake Haener, and Tyler Shook. And I'm not 100% certain any of these guys are good. I'm just gonna say that. I know what you did. I know where they drafted Tyler Shook, and I think that was a reach. I'm not 100% sold that that's that he's your guy. I mean, he may be the best of these 3, but he may not. Jake Haener, I watched play in college, and I was fairly impressed with him.
I like Jake Haener. I think he's the best quarterback on their roster.
Yeah. That being said,
I think he's the most dynamic.
That being said, I don't think he starts for many NFL teams. You know what I mean? If he's your starter, I don't think he's a starter on many NFL teams.
I think that he's one of those guys that does never because he was there last year too, right?
Haener?
Yeah,
I think so. He should be a second-year guy, right? Because he came out of Fresno State. Is that right?
That sounds about right. Yeah, it looks like he played in a handful of games. 9 of 17 against the Chargers. He played against the Broncos, was 3 or 4 against the Broncos with a touchdown. 2 of 7 against Kansas City. Oh my gosh, the 3 teams he played were the 3 AFC. Oh my gosh, actually, he played in 4 games.
They're all AFC?
They're all playoff teams.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Washington.
Huh.
He only played playoff teams.
That's good competition.
It's good. His QBR is at 14.4, though.
That's
that's not great, but you're also throwing him into the fire against Denver, who had the best defense in the league. Kansas City, Super Bowl champions, and yeah, not a great deal. But either way, I think I like Jake Haener the most of all those guys.
Yeah.
I think he provides the most. But you drafted Tyler Shough. You drafted him kind of high. Maybe just do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Just do the thing.
Just see what happens, right?
Spencer Rattler's a non-factor.
Think so? Think he's just the backup guy? He's the dude, the just in case guy?
He is the guy that they have there to make you think he's might be something, but I don't know.
I don't know. He had a never mind. I was never a big Spencer Rattler fan either.
Most people weren't.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's okay. He's not NFL caliber. He's not in that, I don't know, top 2 or even 3 tiers probably of NFL quarterback. He's down there in the backup role for a reason.
Yeah.
But if you have to turn to him as a starter, I think you're hurting. But Teddy Bridgewater was still out there. They could have gotten him. I'm just FYI. Now he's going to be.
I doubt he's in playing shape anymore.
The Bucks are going to sign him. So yeah, the Bucks are signing Teddy Bridgewater.
No, they're not. Really?
Yeah. No joke.
No way.
Look it up. The Bucks are signing. The Buccaneers are signing Teddy Bridgewater because they needed a backup. Apparently, a backup to the backup, an assistant to the regional manager is what they needed.
Bucks signed veteran QB to a 1-year deal to back up Baker Mayfield. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't. When do we know Baker Mayfield to get hurt and not still play?
That's true. That's a good point. He would have to.
By the way, he's a Scorpio. Teddy Bridgewater. Fun fact.
Hey, that is good to know.
I typed in Teddy Bridgewater signs and it pulled up Scorpio. I was like, all right.
Oh, that's a good. You know what? That's going to be the homework. Your homework. You ready for next show? I want to know who the best quarterback from every astrological sign that's ever played.
Oh, okay.
So there's 12 of them, right? So I just want the best quarterback that's ever played NFL football from each astrological sign.
Interesting. Okay, I can do that.
Because that just sounds interesting to me. There's going to be a couple of them you go, that's the best that we could do for March, right? It's going to come out like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Tom Brady's sign is, right? But
yeah, I'm
guessing he's one of them. So, I don't know. John Elway might have. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe they're the same sign. See, what if like Dan Marino and John Elway and Tom Brady? What if they're all the same damn sign? Peyton Manning, and then you realize, hey, that's the best group of quarterbacks.
Peyton Manning's an Aries.
Well, there you go.
And so I know that. That's the only thing I do know.
Good. That's good. All right, let's move on to the Colts, because the Colts are having a 2-way battle, right? Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, former New York Giant Daniel Jones, who we last saw.
What a dumb battle.
It is. Is this one worse than the Saints battle for number 1?
No, because the Saints battle includes an unknown, or really 2 unknowns.
Yeah.
Right? You can say maybe you know a little bit about Spencer Rattler, because I think he's been in the league now for 2 years.
Right.
I think, or maybe, and you've seen a little bit of Jake Haener here and there. So, but you don't know about Tyler Shough. I know about Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And I know about Anthony Richardson, and I don't like either.
Well, I know about Daniel Jones in New York. Let's just say that. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he's only been one place, right?
Yeah.
And they were bad.
Well, all I know is Teddy Bridgewater's out here signing deals, and you've got these 2 garbage QBs battling it out.
Teddy Bridgewater is still making money.
Let Teddy B come be out there.
Teddy B, from like breaking his leg in practice, like in the first, was that rookie year or second year or whatever, shattered his leg or whatever he did, and then
something like that.
And he's still making money 15 years later, however long it's been.
But you have Zach Wilson is going to be a backup somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, who am I?
Yeah, but those
Drew Lock is a backup somewhere.
Yeah.
These guys are all
better,
a little more proven and better
than
either of those guys.
The problem is if you had Drew Lock as your backup, would you trade him to one of these guys? I don't want them to get better. I need a number 2 anyway. So
I wouldn't mind doing it because it doesn't make them that much better.
It depends on what you get
they
for it.
They still have defensive issues. They still have wide receiver talent issues and health issues. They have a fantastic running back, Jonathan Taylor, so good for them. But they still have issues outside of that. This doesn't if you're gonna give me something good for it, like I would give you, yeah, I'd trade Zach Wilson for a 2nd-round pick.
Okay.
That's not a big
I
deal.
mean,
It doesn't help you that much, and it doesn't change my
yeah, but
situation that much.
I still need a quarterback now, and so I'm turning to number 3. It becomes number 2, and so now what happens if my number 1 goes down? I got to rely on my number 3. That's what I'm getting at, is a proven guy who can be on your bench for a year and be the backup guy. You know he's capable of running the offense or being, directing a team.
Yeah.
Is way better. It's bird in hand kind of a thing than me trading him for something I may get later. You know what I mean? And having to rely on, because the minute I know it would happen I'm a very worst case scenario. I know it would happen if I was a head coach and that happened. We would trade the quarterback and my guy would go down with a season-ending injury the next day, the number 1 guy, and then we'd be at number 3. And
yeah, then you'd have to deal out that pick that you did, but
right. Yeah.
But there's guys that are going to get cut here soon.
It's true.
Right now, the Giants have 4 QBs, including DeVito, Dart, and Winston. I don't think they're going to get rid of Dart since they just drafted him. I don't think they're going to get rid of Russell because they just paid him. But they're going to get rid of Winston or DeVito. If it's Winston, that's a better option than those guys. So the Colts have the dumbest QB competition. It doesn't matter who wins. You're going to suck. Jonathan Taylor's going to get you 4 wins this year. You're going to get maybe 2 or 3, and you're going to suck. Because you're in a division with the Titans and the Texans. The Texans look good. The Titans, I think, are going to take a big step forward because I think Cam Ward is the best quarterback of this draft.
Yeah, he may be.
So I think you've just become the 3rd best team overnight at best.
At best.
And Jacksonville just
got Travis Hunter.
Yeah. and the other Herbert brother. Like, there's some things happening.
They're going to be all right. Yeah,
you might be the worst team in this division right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't matter who you put at quarterback.
That's probably true. Because I mean, you're probably right. The Colts are they're going to be an also-ran, more than likely. Yeah. You're right. The Browns may be too, for all we know. The Browns are on a cusp of a playoff team, but
in a division with the Bengals. As long as the Bengals don't bungle the first 6 games of the season like they did last year.
Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, or Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt, and then the Ravens.
There's the Ravens and the Steelers, who we don't know about, but
they're like 8 to 10 wins.
Their defense is good enough to give them.
It's what's his name? He always wins 10 games.
Yeah, well, like I said, the Steelers' defense is good enough to give them 5 or 6 wins, probably.
It's true. So you're de facto probably the worst team in that division.
Probably the worst team in that division.
We're always talking about QB competitions among the worst teams in the division.
It's true.
So would the Saints be the worst team? Yeah, the Bucks are 1.
Buccaneers, Panthers
might be the worst.
I don't. And you got the Falcons.
The Falcons are okay. They're kind of a middle of the road team, but the Saints have valuable pieces. They have Alvin Kamara. They have Chris Olave.
They do.
They've got Cam Hayward on defense. They've got some things, but what's it called? Carolina doesn't have anything. They got Xavier Legette or whatever his name is.
The problem with being in New Orleans, and it happens in multiple places. The problem with being a New Orleans quarterback right now is you're still Drew Brees' shadow. You're still not Drew Brees. You still are not going to be, you know what I mean, a Hall of Famer. That they're still. I know it's been a couple of years, but he is still lingering over that program. And I don't know when they'll get rid of him. They got to have a guy. You got to get a guy. And they don't have one yet. And as soon as they get that guy who will let you forget about Drew Brees for a year even, they're still going to compare you to. And so it's a no-win situation. You're going to be, this guy's no Drew Brees, right? And, doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, you got to be pretty damn good.
Panthers star or players, kind of interesting. They've got the McMillan guy from Arizona, the receiver.
Yeah.
He's really good. So kudos to that. They've got Xavier Legette. He's pretty good. They got Jimmy Horn Jr., who I think is not bad. Like, we'll see how well he does. They've got Hunter Renfrow, and they've got Adam Thielen. They've got kind of a weird mix. And then they've got Trevor Etienne and Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba is pretty good. When he's
So they've got kind of a weird squad. It's a lot of young guys, and they've got Andy Dalton sitting on the bench. He'd be a better starter for the Saints or for
Indianapolis. Yeah. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to watch. It's interesting. The quarterback battles are always interesting, just because you know it's a bad team or a team that struggled at some point in time. Cleveland's not necessarily that team. They were not great, but they weren't bad. So the other battles I get, why you're having that battle, but these teams also have the Colts, the Saints, and maybe not necessarily the Browns, but the Colts and Saints have great running backs. They have running backs that can, take a lot of pressure off a quarterback. The Browns. Okay, who's their running back? Who's their number one in Cleveland?
Their running back.
Yeah, who's the number one in Cleveland?
It's not what's his name anymore. It's 24. Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
But he's coming off a massive injury again.
So I think I don't even know if he's even there anymore.
Do you think they cut him?
They did. I think so. So it's Quinshon Judkins.
Oh,
the rookie.
That's right. They just drafted
Jerome Ford.
Oh, yeah. Dylan Sampson. That's right.
Dylan Sampson, yep.
But Quinshon Judkins just got arrested.
Yeah, he did.
Abuse
he did. That's the thing.
So he might not even be starting the season.
Yeah, that can hurt. So.
Wait, so where's Nick Chubb?
That's a great question. I don't remember where he went.
Houston Texans.
Oh, because they're getting the rich get richer.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying. So those other teams have a running back. Cleveland doesn't even have that to really take away from. Yeah. So that'll be.
Then they've got Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy. Doug Judy. I always want to call him Doug Judy.
They got Deontay Johnson too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, I'm not thrilled with the Browns. I mean, everyone. There's not a guy over 26 in the Browns lineup, and they're all questionable. That's not true.
There's a couple of guys that are older, but not many.
Yeah. But it's pretty young. Like there's no solidified veteran superstar names on this team, like at all.
Yeah.
Well, except on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, they're all right.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how good they are. I don't know.
It'll be one of those. We're gonna be force fed it just the same way that we've been force fed Colorado for the last couple of years. It's gonna be put on blast. They're gonna get primetime games. It's gonna be awful.
For as long as Shadeur's on the team, on the roster, they're gonna blast it at us for sure.
Let's see what they're. Well, I guess the NFL's a little more like. They're a little more stable with the way that they like schedule games. Like you play at the time you play usually and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking through their schedule. They're not getting anything too extra. They've only got one. Oh no, that's a game in Europe. It said 7:30 a.m. and I went, what?
In Minnesota. Yeah, against Minnesota.
But they are opening. Oh no, that's preseason. Is 8. Dang man, yeah. They don't have anything. They don't have any primetime games during the regular season.
That's kind of weird, right?
Not a single one.
Well,
so maybe
the flex game, Cincinnati at the end.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know what that'll be. But they could also move one of these games if they become good or if it becomes relevant. They could move one around. But yeah, you're right. They currently don't. They are playing.
They don't have a Thursday night game or a Sunday night game or a Monday night game all season.
That's weird, right?
That's so weird.
And
I thought everyone had to do one.
And by the way, ESPN just bought the NFL Network.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so if you want to see anything, it's going to be on ESPN before long. You won't be able to. They're going to be the only option, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, at least it streamlines it all.
I guess
it all in front of you.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's. What else were we going to talk about?
You had some questions, right?
I have questions for you. Let's just move to that. So these are. I was looking up college football mascots, and I was wondering. I asked myself some questions. Which teams are hard to just FBS? Because if we get into FCS, there's a lot of teams, and I don't know half of them, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But just FBS teams is all we're talking about when I refer to this. And I was like, there's some teams that I go, okay, these are not the easiest nicknames if unless you know them. And there are a lot of easy ones. The big name teams, you know what their mascot is. But there's a few here I wrote down that were kind of odd, just to see if you know who their mascot is. Right? Okay. All right. And we're going to start with Eastern Michigan.
Are they? Hold on.
Okay.
They're the big green E, right?
Yes. The big green E. That is correct. That's
Big
not the
green E.
mascot, but yeah, they are a big green
They're
E.
the Eagles, right?
They're the Eagles. Yep.
But I don't know their mascot's name.
Well, no, you don't need that. I just need the team
Oh,
name. What's their team?
I thought you wanted the
No,
mascot's name.
Those are too hard because
Okay.
I looked at a bunch of that stuff and I go, okay, these are dumb.
Those would be too hard.
Yeah, they're really dumb.
Because I have no clue who Eastern Michigan's mascot's name is.
Eddie the Eagle? No, that's a different thing. Right. All right. So, what about Rice?
Owls.
The Rice is the Owls. That was probably the easiest one of these, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, maybe not. Utah State.
Aggies.
They are the Aggies. You're doing well. You're doing pretty good. These are not that hard. North Texas.
They're the Eagles. Also, they're a bird. It's the Hawks. It's green. Oh my gosh. They're the they're the mean green.
They're the mean green, which doesn't mean anything.
But their logo's an eagle.
It is a bird, yeah.
That's why I was like, I think they're the Eagles.
Yeah. Middle Tennessee State.
Blue Raiders.
They are the Blue Raiders. And Air Force.
Fighting Falcons.
They are the Falcons. Good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So those aren't that hard. See, so when I looked at that, I go, okay, and then so the next thing I thought of was, what's a nickname that is uncommon, right?
Yeah.
And how many of them are there? So there are 4 teams in FBS that have Hawk in their nickname. Not necessarily the Hawks, but Hawk at least is part of their nickname, part of their team name, the mascot.
Like Kansas.
Yes, there you go. There's one. Okay. So you got one of 4. So the Kansas Jayhawks is one.
Iowa.
The Iowa Hawkeyes. There's 2.
Hawks. Oh man.
I know. This was a lot harder.
It got to be. Either I'm just missing it, or it's smaller schools, because there's no one in the SEC. There's no Hawks in the SEC, I don't think. Wait, hold on. Well, I feel like that's not right now.
Second guess yourself. Yep, only 4.
Only 4.
You're halfway there. You got half of them already. So.
Well, I guess that's true. No. No, that's not. Well, North Dakota. Wait, is North Dakota FBS?
They're FCS.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me give you one hint. It's not a great hint.
Okay.
One of them is in the Sun Belt Conference. That helps you. I don't know that it will. Yeah.
Sun Belt Conference.
The Sun Belt Conference. And the other one is in the MAC.
The Sun Belt Conference.
The Sun Belt Conference.
What all teams are in the Sun Belt Conference?
Which is what, minor league SEC? I don't know.
The Sun Belt Conference is Arkansas State. Oh, it's that group of teams.
Yeah, Arkansas State is in there. Yep, you're
right. Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, James Madison.
Yeah,
Marshall.
You're naming them all.
App State.
Yeah.
Georgia. The Hawks in the name.
Yeah, it's got Hawks in the name.
I know there's 2 Eagles in that conference.
There are 2 Eagles.
There's Southern Miss and Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're the team that always plays LSU, and I always want an upset.
Yeah, you got it. You're getting it. Go ahead.
Louisiana Monroe.
Monroe.
Wait, what is their mascot?
I don't know. You're the one who said it.
Are they just the Hawks?
No.
Is it like Fighting Hawks or Battle Hawks or
kinda
Hawks or something?
Warhawks. It's Warhawks.
Warhawks. Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, the
Warhawks.
Warhawks. Not a real hawk, just a Warhawk.
Okay, and the other one's in the MAC.
They're in the MAC, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an easier conference to know more about. But...
You watch MACtion every Wednesday night. You know you do. So.
I did see a post recently that was somebody who was super excited about MAC football. He's like, I don't need to tune in to watch like 10-7 games. I want a 47-44 dogfight with 5 people in the stands on a Thursday night.
That's right. That's some action right there.
All right, so Mac, Bowling Green's the Falcons.
Yep.
The Falcons. Ball State is the Cardinals.
Cardinals. A lot of birds going on.
Miami Redhawks.
The Miami Redhawks. There you go.
That's what it is.
That's the fourth one.
That is tough.
They're not easy. Those are not easy. Wait till you get to this one. I think it's easier than you think it is, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, that whole MAC has the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Golden Flashes, which technically they show an eagle, a golden eagle, the Redhawks. There's a lot of birds in there. The birds are the most common. I think the most common.
Birds and dogs, right? I thought like bulldogs or.
I don't know if they're more common than birds because
maybe cats are like lions and tigers.
Maybe because now that I'm looking at the ACC, the Eagles, the Cardinals, you know what I mean. There's a lot of birds. There's a lot of birds. The owls again. You got to be crapping me. In the American Conference, there are 3 owls: the Florida Atlantic Owls, the Temple Owls, and the Rice Owls. All of the owls are in that one conference. Weird, right?
That conference is a hoot.
It's you got to submit that. You got to call the conference headquarters and say, "Man, you guys are missing an opportunity. You guys want to hoot? Watch some American football." Yeah, so I think there's a lot of birds. I know there's a lot of them. I just don't know. You may be right. There may be more cats when you get into, the Houston Cougars and the Kansas State Wildcats and all that kind of stuff. There may be more. I don't know for sure, but there may not be. It's hard to say. It might just be birds because there's a lot of freaking birds in here. Ducks. Anyway, let's and I don't think a hawkeye counts as a bird. It's just the eye, right? I don't know what we're doing here.
According to I googled a real quick thing. It said the most common type of college football mascot is the eagle.
Yeah.
All their popular choices are tigers, bulldogs, and wildcats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those are probably your top 4.
That makes sense.
What else you got?
To include the Delaware Blue Hens. Anyway.
Blue Hens. Yeah.
I didn't even.
Chanticleers.
The Chanticleers, right? Which you don't even know is a bird until you see it. Yeah. And so, okay, let me get you another question. You ready?
Yeah.
There are 4 teams in FBS that have Native American last names or Native American mascots. There's only 4.
Central Michigan, the Chippewas.
There used to be more. Chippewas is one.
Florida State Seminoles.
You got that one. That one's pretty easy.
Utah Utes.
Yeah. This one's pretty easy.
What is the 4th one?
Okay. There you go. I agree.
I don't know the 4th one. Can I get a hint on that one?
I don't know if you can or not. I don't know how I give you one without giving it away. Central part of the country.
Central part of the country, like Oklahoma, Kansas. No, the Jayhawks are not. No, Kansas State Wildcats. No.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna concede on that one. I don't know what it is.
Okay. They're in the Big Ten.
They're in the. Oh, hold on now. They're in the Big Ten.
There you go.
Okay. Well, let me just go through them.
Should make it easier, right?
Well, it's not Oregon. It's not Ohio State. It's not Michigan. It's not Michigan State. It's not Indiana. They're not. Wait, Hoosiers? No, it's not Illinois. The Illini. I guess that's it is Illinois.
The Fighting Illini. Yep.
Oh, that's deceptive.
There.
So I would have just assumed an Illini was a person from Illinois.
Nope, that's a tribe. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there you go. All right.
That's a tricky one.
Kinda. Yeah, I thought it was kind of tricky. All right, let me ask you one more. You ready? Okay. So there are 4 FBS schools who have bears as their mascot. I want to know who those are. Not the Bearcats. Like Cincinnati and Sam Houston. I knew that was going. Not those guys. Just bears.
Okay. Baylor.
Baylor's one.
Cal.
Cal's two.
Cal LA. UCLA.
Yeah, they're Bruins, but they're Bears. Yeah. You got one
Um,
left, and that's going to be the hard one.
Montana's not FBS. They're FCS, but they're the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're FCS. Only one left.
Ooh. Oh, can I get a hint?
Yeah, you can get a hint. They're in Conference USA.
Oh.
I know. Which doesn't necessarily make it easier because Conference USA covers pretty much the whole country anymore.
Pretty much the whole country, yeah.
Yeah. But
oh,
I missed the Kennesaw State Owls. I forgot they moved up. So there is an owl in a different conference. There's 4 owls in.
Oh no!
Just FYI, totally forgot they had moved up.
Okay, so let's go through CUSA. The Blue Hens, Liberty,
Flames,
MTSU, UTEP, Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech. Or was Louisiana Tech still in that conference?
Yes,
I think they are. Jacksonville State. There's 2 Gamecocks. That's crazy.
2 Gamecocks, yeah, right.
Who am I
and 2
missing?
Bearcats.
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, here's a question for you. Has Oregon played this team before?
Yes.
It's Missouri. It's more not Missouri. Missouri State.
It's Missouri State. It's Missouri State. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I started picturing this maroon uniform that Oregon played a while ago, and they've got like this aggressive bear logo on the side of their helmet.
Gosh, that's probably been 10 years or 12 years.
Let's see. I'm gonna Google it. Missouri State, Oregon. Oh, I mean, I guess they played in 2023. Oh, that was basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at LaMichael James doing it. So.
Oh yeah, that's even further.
It was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they played each other.
All right, I got all those. I needed a hint for that one though.
Yeah. So here's my question. It's a different question, but we're going to talk about these. I was trying to figure out how many of these are fictional. How many college football teams have fictional mascots? It is harder than you think to figure this out. Only because of things like the Golden Flashes. There's not actually a Golden Flash, but but they use a bird as their logo, a golden eagle. So there's that. There's that kind of thing. And is that fictional or is that not fictional? Right.
That is hard because there's like abstract, like the Stanford Cardinal.
Well, it's just color red. It's not fictional.
It's just the color red, but
it's not fictional. It's a real thing.
I understand, right? Like
the orange.
A golden flash is a thing that happens. It's a real occurrence.
Agreed. Yes. So it could be that's my whole point. Is it fictional or is it not?
There's nothing that's specifically made up. I don't.
Right.
Think.
So the Arizona State Sun Devils. There's one. That's a made up item. There's no such thing as a Sun Devil.
Oh. I suppose, yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
The Duke Blue Devils.
You're just gonna go with anything devil now?
Yes. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So anything that is mean devil deacon. Also is a Blue Raider fictional because their mascot is a winged horse.
Oh.
Right, which we know is not real. But the Blue Raiders may be referring to the players and not the mascot. It's weird, right? These are weird things, and I'm thinking about it, going, I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
Well, Raiders a thing, and he could be wearing blue.
Absolutely, but why do I have a winged horse as a mascot, which is not real?
Yeah, but your team, your team mascot and your team. Well, I mean, there's no ducks. There's no ducks that are 8 feet tall either.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, I mean, but also like yeah. So this was
tough.
There are some harder ones. I'm trying to figure out, what is a real thing, and what isn't a real thing. The UAB Blazers.
The mean green.
The mean green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Blazers are what? They got a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, but that's not real. But a
Well,
blazer.
we don't know. We don't know that for sure.
Well, I guess that's a good point. That's a good point.
I've seen a crocodile. It's pretty close.
And what exactly is a golden hurricane?
Ooh.
From Tulsa. So I don't.
It's when you're looking at it and it's sunny behind the hurricane,
and it's got a lot of dust in it. Or
I
something.
guess I don't know.
I don't know, right? I mean, I don't know that that's a thing either. Yeah. So
I want to know what a blazer is exactly.
I don't know. So I mean, I don't know what they're in what context you're using the blazer. You know, I mean, it could be a jacket, right?
No,
you know,
I think that they're emphasizing like trailblazer type.
And that's what I would have said too. The martial thundering herd.
Well, herds do make a thundering sound sometimes.
Herd of what?
So, yeah, no, that's not the point.
That's what my question was. That a herd of what? What are we a herd of?
What about the Wichita State Shockers?
Yeah.
Basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a football team. They might be on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another good one though. Yeah. I mean, and then we got to talk about the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, right? Because I mean,
those
if it's
people who go on top of a hill.
Well, then how come their dude is actually a hill? It's not even a guy. It's like he's not like a country dude.
The disconnect between mascot.
It's weird, right?
Well, because like the Fighting Irish, and
yes.
they have a leprechaun.
Well, he would be Irish. Leprechauns, by their nature, have to be Irish.
But leprechauns are fictional.
Right.
And Fighting Irish is abstract.
Right. Agreed. So but they do kind of go together, as opposed to Alabama.
Do we often the Crimson Tide
and their elephant?
No. Well, I don't get the elephant. Is that a political thing?
Big Al. He's their elephant. He's their mascot.
Why does Alabama use an elephant? I know why they're the Crimson Tide. It has to do with like the algae thing.
Algae bloom is a Crimson Tide, yeah.
But the elephant
is weird, right? It's a disconnect again. It's like, why are there two different things? I'm looking at you, Auburn.
Some dude just referred to them apparently back in the day in the 40s as the red elephants because they had all these big hulking linemen red jerseys. Okay. So he referred to them as the red elephants, and it just kind of stuck.
Agreed. I mean, I get it, but that's weird still that you have two different things. Like, I'm looking at you, Auburn Tigers, War Eagle. Whatever, dude. I don't understand. Why are you the Tigers, and what's the deal with the? I mean, there's a story behind it. I know. I've heard the story. I get it, but it's weird. You guys are the Tigers. That's your official name. Why is there something different? Why do we say War Eagle? I mean, it's just weird. There's some weird things in football.
Yeah, mostly in other places, mostly in the South.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody's like Oregon, where they name everything after whatever. They just looked out the window.
Oh, look, there's ducks.
Hey, ducks.
Beavers.
Beavers are building a dam. Yeah, we'll call them beavers. It's a beaver state.
I still don't know how you got the Huskies up in Seattle. Oh, I guess there's you're close enough to Alaska, Iditarod, and all that stuff.
Yukon is the Huskies, and UW is the Huskies, and I don't know.
A lot of options out there.
There are, and then everything's like a fighting rodent in the Midwest, right? The Wisconsin Badgers and the Michigan Wolverines and the Golden Gophers, and
they like their animals.
They like their rodents. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Yeah. So the next question that I was going to ask, and I'll save it, but no. Well, but I mean, the next one was how many actual people, right? And so,
is the mascot a person or is the team nickname a person?
Like the Seminoles, those are real people.
Oh, right? like volunteers.
Volunteers, real people. Correct.
I see.
Right. The Blue Devils, is that a people?
Well, we already established that it's
fake, right? But it's still people, kind of. Oh, no, I guess it would be a fictional thing. Anyway, I don't know how many there are. I didn't count them. I'm just saying that's one of those questions where I go, how many of them are people? Cavaliers, people, right? Yeah. The Black Knights, the Pirates,
the Illini,
the Midshipmen. There's a lot of them. Yeah. There's a lot of people. And then, of course, Blazers, if that's what we meant by Blazer. But anyway, there's a lot of things when I look at the map. Here's the most interesting one I found. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Okay. The Akron Zips, which I totally thought was
energy related, right?
No, what I totally thought was a fictional mascot, right? I totally thought the Zips was like a made-up fictional thing. Yeah. What are we talking about? It is not, by the way. The Akron Zips are named after zip-up rubber boots. that are made by the Goodyear company.
Yeah. Okay, I knew where that was going.
Yep, they made them in Akron, and so the Zips refers to those rubber boots. And I'm like, that is weird. I mean, I get it. It's local and it's awesome and unique, but it's still weird.
Yeah,
Because they don't use the boots as a mascot.
all of Cleveland Metro has like a whole rubber and Goodyear, what is it, BF Goodrich theme to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the Cavaliers have the tire logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Zips.
The Zips. Zips, one of the more unique FBS nicknames, like Sooners, right? And that you only get
Sooners people.
Sooners and Volunteers, you only get one of those. Commodores, you only get one of those. Horned Frogs, that's a good one. Those are the Mountaineers. We have App State. We got 2 Mountaineers now, right?
West Virginia and App State.
Yeah, Chanticleers is one of those unique nicknames. The Terrapins. We didn't even have another turtle. There's just Terrapin.
Yeah, I wouldn't name my team after a turtle.
The Snapping Turtles.
I wouldn't do it.
Right. So there's some unique geographical things like the Cornhuskers, and apparently Buckeyes grow in Ohio. I don't know if that's true. There's a Buckeye tree, I know, but I don't know that is that unique to Ohio, or is it just something that grows around Ohio? I'd prefer the peanut butter ones. The Buckeyes, you can make it home with the chocolate and peanut butter. Yeah. But hey, what do I know? Boilermakers. There's another good one, right?
Engineers. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Now there's 2 Trojans, and there's Monarchs. And we forgot about the royalty, the Dukes, the Monarchs. There's no one named the Kings though. Which, why not? How come we don't have a Kings?
Do you know it's illegal to name your child King?
Is it? Why is that?
I don't know. There's a
royalty title.
There's a handful of illegal names, and King is one of them. You can't name him Adolf Hitler.
Well, that would make sense.
You can't name him Jesus Christ. You can't name him Santa Claus. You can't
name
him Messiah.
Named him JC.
Majesty. There's a King. But King and Queen are 2 of the big ones. So
interesting.
Yeah, but they're
well, that makes sense.
The hospitals are not allowed to accept that you're naming them that. So if you say I want to name him King, they'll go pick something else. You can call him King all you want, but pick something else for the birth certificate.
Yep. I guess that makes
sense. Or I'll put Bob.
Yeah, Ralph. King Ralph. I don't know. I get it. I understand why. It's a title of nobility, and you probably shouldn't name anybody king or queen or prince or princess, or duke or duchess.
I think prince and princess are allowed.
That's weird.
I just don't think king or queen are.
I think that's weird.
Apparently, this says examples of band names in other countries. You can't in Sweden. You can't name your kid Metallica. In Mexico, you can't name them RoboCop.
Well, I mean, in Mexico or New Mexico? Did you say New Mexico?
Mexico.
In Mexico, you can't name them RoboCop.
Yeah.
This is only because someone did it, right?
Yeah, I mean, Australia has specifically listed spinach and smelly as names that you cannot name. So.
Oh my God. Okay, if you had to name, your kid one of those things, it would be RoboCop, right? I mean.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, it'd be RoboCop.
Probably, that's the coolest one.
Yeah, might be more of a middle name, but.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like those are great. Those are great. How many people do you think they named RoboCop before they said no more? And why? Why did they say no more? What caused problem? What happened as RoboCop?
Probably like 2 people did it. I don't know.
Then what happened? What was the negative outcome? Because there had to have been a negative outcome at some point in time. But so next week we're going to talk about where these teams are.
Where these teams are?
Yeah, the teams we just talked about. Oh, yeah, what city are they in?
Ooh, yeah, okay. I like that.
I'm going to give you one right now you probably know the answer to. Middle Tennessee State.
Murfreesboro.
See, there you go. That's what we're going to do next week.
But if you said Nashville, you wouldn't be wrong.
You would be wrong.
Like if you said, let's say you're talking about something that's in Tigard, Oregon, but you said Portland, you wouldn't be wrong.
Well,
But technically, you are wrong. It is in Tigard, not in Portland.
yeah,
Murfreesboro is not Nashville, but it's a suburb.
it's a little ways away. I mean, it's take you 20 minutes to get there.
Takes you 20 minutes to get from downtown Portland to Beaverton.
Yeah, I suppose. But if the people in Beaverton would argue that they're not Portland. But anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah, we'll talk about more of these. I'm not going to give you the gimmies like Middle Tennessee State, knowing that you lived in Tennessee.
Right.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna go more for the the Central Michigan. We're gonna go more for those kind of places where you go.
Okay.
I want to know where Western, Central, and Eastern all are. Right? Because there's 3 Michigans there.
I'll do some research.
Yeah, you might want to brush up just a little bit.
Gotta brush up.
Brush up just a little bit, right? And then next week, the following week, we're gonna have a little NFL team trivia. We're gonna talk about NFL teams and where they're from, and or where they used to be from.
Ooh, ooh, right. I like that too.
Yes, where they were before they are now.
Where they were before. I think I could do pretty well with that.
We'll see. We'll talk about we'll talk about the old timey teams here in a little while, because we're gonna get back in the Wayback Machine for that particular quiz.
But at least this weekend we get a full slate of
preseason. Yep. I'm not a huge fan of preseason because I don't see much. But if you like watching football, you like watching battles, you like watching. There's going to be some good football. There's going to be some crappy stuff too. You got to live through both.
Try and watch it with an open mind.
You got to you got to just take it as it's practice. Right? And what are we talking about? Talking about practice. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think, let's see, the NFL schedule is currently. This is the Cleveland Browns schedule. That isn't helping me.
Well, I know they play at 5 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah. So preseason week 1 starts tomorrow. In case anybody's watching, Indianapolis, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Vegas, Seattle is on the NFL Network tomorrow night. That'll be fun to watch in the return of Pete Carroll.
Why is it that when somebody leaves Seattle, they have to come back?
It's
like a whole freaking thing.
I don't know. 3 games on Friday. That's Detroit, Atlanta, Cleveland, Carolina, Washington, New England. One of those, that's Cleveland, Carolina, is on the NFL Network Friday at 4 Pacific. And then, why do they even have an odds line, by the way? People are betting on preseason games?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I wouldn't. There's such a strong chance you're going to get a result that is wildly outside the normal, like the Chargers beating the Detroit 37 or whatever.
8 games on Saturday. Nothing to make here. 3 of those, there's a triple header on the NFL Network that day. Starts with New York at Buffalo, the Giants at Buffalo, Houston at Minnesota, and then later the Jets at Green Bay. Former Aaron Rodgers stops. And then Sunday has 2 games, both on the NFL Network. The early game is Miami, Chicago, and then New Orleans and the Chargers conclude week 1. So there you go. That's gonna be a lot to
look forward to.
There's a lot to look forward to. What's the biggest point spread, by the way? What do you think the largest point spread in a preseason game is at this point of all those games that are week 1? And I didn't cover them all, but if you, what do you think the largest point spread is?
Probably like 6 or something like that. Somebody like, do you want me to say which game?
No, I don't care what game. Just the number. Yeah.
Oh, probably like 6. Like, no one's gonna put a full touchdown point spread on anyone. Everyone's gonna keep it below it.
It's 6.5.
Oh, nice. That's about right.
There are 3 games that are 6, and there's one that's 6.5. And you know who it is? Who's the 6.5 point favorite?
Broncos.
The Denver Broncos at San Francisco.
At the number one defense in the country last year, and we took 2 of their players and we're bringing them back.
6.5 point favorite. I'm thinking that's pretty large for a preseason game.
I'm thinking I would still never put money on it.
No. No, and the over-under in that game is 34.5. Just FYI, in case you're wanting to bet the over-under, 34.5.
Oh.
Yeah, not the lowest scoring over-under of the weekend. That would be 31.5 from Tennessee, Tampa Bay. So I don't know. None of them are outside the 30s. Every single game is in the 30s for the over/under.
I don't get how you're making point spreads for preseason games. You don't even know what players you're going to see.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we have no idea. You don't even know who's going to start half these games at quarterback.
Why no one should bet on it?
Right. I understand if you have. Oh, hey, look, New Orleans is favored by 1. Okay, perfect, because that's about the margin you should be putting on these games.
But how are you going to favor them by 1 on the road against a team that is better, has more depth, even if they're not?
Chargers are banged up from last week from the Hall of Fame game.
I guess, whatever. The Saints don't have a quarterback yet, so.
And after Detroit lost in week 1, they're now a 3.5-point favorite at Atlanta.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Detroit lost that game from the beginning kickoff. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and the game was over. And yet they're a 3.5-point favorite in game 2 at Atlanta. So
again, that's why you do not bet on these things.
I think we should. I think, you know what? Maybe that'll be the new thing this year. Maybe we'll bet on one game. And just one game a week we'll place a bet as the Best Slam Sports Show, and we'll come up to an agreement and we'll say this is what we're betting on. And I'm not really good at betting with the line, the odds line. I'm good at picking a winner. I'm not so good at betting against the spread.
I'm pretty good at picking a winner too. I just can't do it for preseason. Like, I don't know.
Oh no, I
wouldn't have guessed that the Chargers were going to do what they did to Detroit.
No, I don't think anybody would have.
I probably would have bet on Detroit. And then they're over here like, oh yeah, the Saints are going to walk in there and probably beat the Chargers. Like, what makes you think that?
There are $5 tickets still available at SoFi for that game on Sunday.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Well,
you were talking about $5 tickets
later.
So. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Anything else you want to talk about? Cover before we leave?
I think that's it.
All right. Next week we'll figure out something. I don't know a whole lot of what we'll talk. We'll talk more about the preseason games that we watched this weekend. We'll talk about college football season coming up. I don't know. I don't know what else we're gonna find. We're gonna talk about the WNBA a little bit because
we literally just talk about F1 and college football and the NFL and then the quiz, and that was a whole entire thing on its own. So we don't need a ton of things.
Well, we won't have F1 next week, so
I know
we'll have to fill a little time. Talk about the WNBA and why it's so violent.
So violent.
It is.
But also, all the NFL stuff is going to replace the F1 conversation.
It's true. There's going to be a lot more games to talk about. A lot more stuff that happened in those games.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. All right. NFL season's the best because we run out. We could literally just cover the NFL and have our show done.
Yeah. Pretty much. NFL and college football, easy.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. All right. Well, this, I guess that concludes the show for this week. If I could get my buttons right. Want to thank everybody for listening. We want to thank ESPN for stats and the graphics that you saw there. Fox Sports, NBC, CBS, ABC Sports. I don't think I left anybody out. Formula One also. Anyway, want to thank everybody for listening. It's been a Brain Rock production, a division of Lonely Tree Media, and we'll see you next week.